undisclosed bunker deep in the earth, bringing you the best in horror, paranormal, and conspiracy. We welcome you to this week's Zombie Fight Club broadcast with your host, Eddie Rotten.
They want the major population centers wiped out so that the few that are left will be more easily controllable. 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 I'll never forget this day. I'll never forget this day.
Welcome back. This is Eddie Rotten with Zombie Life TV. We have another incredible episode for you. Tonight, me, myself, and I went with Killer Kara and Red Rum to see Among the Dead. William Enstone and Matt Riffley hosted an amazing panel. It was for the Indie Film Fest here in Austin. And man, it was awesome. You know, they had a panel that they invited us to speak on. We asked some questions. People asked us questions. And we're affiliated with Among the Dead. We were the first to interview them here in Austin, Texas. And we just had a really good time at this viewing of Among the Dead. They had all kinds of cool stuff there. Posters, t-shirts, mugs and pins, and I mean all kinds of stuff. These people are prepared. But it was me and Killer Kara and Red Rum. We went in with Kevin Neese, who was on the camera, and Dean Ryant was also on the camera shooting some video for us, which is amazing. Thank you all for sticking with us and putting up with us. Because, man, this is a crazy ride. This is completely different than the last video that we did with Cecilia, the documentary. So please go to our Facebook page, our YouTube page, Instagram, Twitters. Find us on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud. You know where it's at. This is William Enstone's Among the Dead. Stay with us.
I'll never forget this day.
How many?
It's like 2. Could be more. Can't really tell from back here. Still, should be easy enough to clear. Hey, we don't know how many there are out there. There's no guns. We don't need to draw any more attention to ourselves. Tell you what, I'll go up first. I'll start to clear them. You watch my back. If one gets too close, you take them out. Got it?
Got it.
Okay, let's go.
more zombies together that day.
Yeah, I remember. I got awesome photos of that whole thing. It's on my drive, so I can't lose it.
On our way here, there was a truck in front of us where they had a piece of plywood, like bungee corded as their back window, and it wasn't like a piece of plywood they cut. It was like something they found on the side of the road. It was all jagged and shit. It was awesome.
That's redneck engineering, man.
Tape
It
on
was
there.
beautiful. Yeah. It was.
Like camo duct tape.
I like this guy.
We kind of keep.
Can I talk?
You ask him, he's right there.
Hey.
I mean, I think the cat's out of the bag now.
Can
We can put it on.
we bring up that this is your deal?
Sure.
That this is your festival?
Yeah, you can. It's kind of, I mean, it can look bad if you're
Yeah.
screening your own film at your own festival, but that's why it's not a film.
So it's going to be film, and then Q&A, and then
Another film. Bad Choices.
Bad choices. Okay. And
You
this
can
is
say
your
Chad voices.
Chad voices. Chad voices.
Before we say much more, I just want to thank all of you for being here, because most of you had a hand in this. And we could have never made it without you. So thank you. Thank you. Zombie life, right? Ready to go?
So for those of you that don't know, we're the hosts of Zombie Life TV. I'm Eddie Rotten, Red Rum.
Killer Kara.
Okay, so we have 3 seasons in the books on Zombie Life TV, cable TV show. We've since gone rogue, and we're just kind of doing stuff out on our own. It's a lot more fun that way. But we've kind of followed Among the Dead since day one. I remember when I moved to Austin, it was like 3 years ago or something. You were my first interview. We met at a Starbucks, and I got pretty deep with some of the Q&A that some of these questions have already come out, and you've explained a little bit of it. But you've been on the show a couple times and wowed us, and you have too. And ever since then, we're kind of just jonesing to see what's going to happen next. And I keep seeing more stuff on Facebook, and social media is kind of blowing up about Among the Dead, and I know that there's a lot of stuff going on with the film itself. Different cons that I see you guys show up at, you just kind of appear out of nowhere, and it's actually pretty amazing. When we had you guys on the show, we talked in the parking lot a little bit about what do we ask these dudes, because one, they're kind of scary looking, and a little bit intimidating, not scary, but intimidating. Intimidating. William Instone comes up, he's like, hey, I'm William Instone, wow. And a little bit intimidating, you know, but at the end of it, it's a very heartfelt film. You know, there's a message to be told. And I learned a lot just from interviewing you guys, and we all have. But there seems to be more that is supposed to be told. I know it's a 30-minute short. But what's going to happen? I know I've asked you some of this stuff on the show before.
Well, I mean, like I was saying before we started when we have this thing, it's proof of concepts. You know, you can tell it's just a small section of a much larger story. You know, and it is heartfelt. I wanted to really express human emotions again, the whole experience of feeling lost and hopelessness, and just that whole thing of losing the people you love. I mean, the two biggest scenes to me are when she killed her father, and then she's asking the questions in the trailer about why you fight so much. That's the theme of this particular short. Now, to get on to your question as what's next to this, well, this was originally a proof of concept. We were going to make this movie longer. But then we decided, you know what? Not everybody can watch a dreary drama like this and hold on for an hour and a half, 2 hours. So we've actually changed it to more of an action-packed film. It's the same characters in general. They've just changed a little bit. The female is now more of a badass. She's a kind of hard ass, and the main character has a brother. And there's all kinds of things. But anyway, it's changed quite a bit. We are still using this as a proof of concept for investors, but we have totally rewritten the story. And for those who don't know, the name Among the Dead will no longer be the name when we get the feature film, but we're still promoting it as this, and we'll probably eventually go ahead and make this little short be available as a short, as is standalone.
Right. Right now, it's not available on YouTube or anywhere else because it's still doing its own festival. And we've won a lot of awards for it.
I think it's 20 probably.
It's done really, really well around the globe. We've won in Calcutta and all kinds of other places, so it's done really, really well. And like William said, you know, this was a proof of concept for us. We needed to be able to show investors that we could do drama, we could do one-on-one character, we could do small action scenes, and we could do large action scenes. And so you guys have seen it. How do you think we did?
Awesome.
Very well.
I'm always open to criticism and suggestions. So if there's something that you're like, this didn't work for me, or you know, have you guys thought about this?
I have something.
Okay, yes.
Where he was looking over the car, like he knew anything at all about mechanics. That's bullcrap. He can't fix anything. That is.
He was just like tapping the pipes.
It was in the script.
Yeah, he wrote it because he wanted people to think he knew how to do that.
I can change a tire.
Let him dream, okay?
So, but I mean, we wanted to be able to show that we could do all that. Now, the next phase of it, as William said, is going to be far more action-packed. Kind of would like you to picture kind of what you saw in a little more Mad Maxy setting. And it's a lot of fun, yes.
So if you're done with this as its own concept.
As its own concept,
then,
yes.
And let me ask, because I didn't quite get it about your main character. There's a sub-story back there, and I didn't get it all.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's definitely a small part of the very bigger picture, and I do explain it, but I haven't cut it down to 30 minutes. Intentions of showing this at film festivals or anything, and to go even farther back, we were going to make this a feature film as it was. We originally set out to make a feature film, not a proof of concept. But after the first day of shooting, we're like, there's no possible way we can afford this. Yes, I mean, the first day, like, oh my God, how much money did we just spend today? And so,
access to the military and stuff.
Special effects look really great.
Yeah.
I think really super on par. I really like the way that you kind of put a little bit of humor in there.
Yeah.
Maybe do that if you get a feature.
Yeah.
Put that a little bit more.
Comedy
just
is
to kinda,
always
like,
in
bring it up
everything
a
I
little bit.
do. I try to put a little bit of comedy. I have my first feature film out here. I have a couple of copies, but somebody's already bought it. It's a very dark film, but there's like 6 or 7 laughs in there. And you know, it's played out very serious.
Yeah, it's nice way to kind of.
But it's funny, so I always try to put a little tiny bit of comedy in everything I do.
I love the comedy. I'm curious, actually, does the name Max, is that selected for a certain reason? Or?
I wanted to, originally I was felt using the Marilyn Manson version of taking one character that you like's first name and another character's last name. And Max was for Mad Max and his last name's Bronson for Charles Bronson.
Nice.
Yeah. And I'm actually talking about Charles Bronson, who was the most notorious inmate in England. So if you ever know anything about Charlie Bronson from England, you look at his story, that's a bad son of a bitch. You know, so that was the 2 characters. And then again, I've changed his name from Max in the feature because it is more Road Warrior-ish and Mad Max is, so his name's not Max anymore. It's Max. With a D. So it's a D. Yeah. It gives us kind of a Star Wars feel.
Was everything production value-wise, was that all budgetary, or was Buddy's kind of RV graveyard?
Yes to all the above. We got really lucky that we had a buddy that had an RV graveyard. Since then, they've cleaned half of it out.
Right.
Some of it still remains. We actually, in the next short that we show, and that's, the next one is a dark comedy, and we go back to that same location. But you won't see any of the campers.
I'd like to say real quick, none of it is easy. Like, none of it is easy. I mean, I've never made a film myself, but on the day that we show up, we showed up and there's like army trucks everywhere. It was like 150 billion degrees all over the country.
Was it all done in Austin or in Texas?
It was all done around the Austin area, so within an hour drive.
So the cool part of the year, like in between.
We shot during the summer, but out of having to, we didn't have a choice. And what he's talking about, that scene was actually the zombie scene, the big horde of the military were out there. So these military guys are all in full gear, these zombies are in full makeup, and it's 105, plus you've got the concrete that they're laying on.
118 degrees
Whatever.
to be exact.
It was hot. And these guys stayed all day long in makeup, and they really kicked ass for us. And that's something that's like, we'll always be grateful for the actors that came out and worked for us. Budget thing. I mean, that's one of the things. The first day, Sean was our very first zombie.
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to say.
So,
You don't have people here.
Yeah. He's our first zombie. And,
Never be able to tell.
And, our first day out, again, very first shoot day was the day he came out, you see out the junkyard. And it was about 105 that day as well. He gets there at 7 a.m. and he's in makeup for about 7 or 8 hours before we get out there. And then it's such a trooper, after we're done killing him, takes that makeup off, and he's back there with a mask on, and he gets killed again. So, yeah.
You'll bill him for the therapy later.
That's right. Yeah. So we had a lot of really talented makeup artists and stuff, and I actually have an intern over here. Where's she at? Stand up. Evelyn, she was 15 years old. She interned with me and came out and did some of the zombie. You saw how good the zombie work did. We had a makeup artist, her name's Taylor from House of Torment. We had Roxanne, who had never done a zombie makeup ever before. She was a beauty makeup artist. This was the first time she ever did a zombie. And on her first day, she tackled all these guys by herself and kicked ass on the zombie when they're eating the
That's
guts.
what I was fixing to ask. I wanted to ask, because I know it takes all this work to make the face stuff, but how much research did you have to do to find something for them to eat that looked realistic and they could actually stomach it and put it in their mouth?
I had a pure moment of genius.
It looked like a real piece of
It was really just a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I'll tell you the secret. It's a 5-pound gummy bear. That I sliced it thin. Yeah. And the exact flavor is cherry cola.
And it looks like a liver. We put it's chocolate and strawberry syrup that you mix on it so they can actually work it out.
It's so fun too. It's so fun too because we put the makeup on in one location and then drove, whenever I was doing, we drove to another location and you're driving down the road and you stop at a stoplight, and
That was the one part.
there's people see you. And
Okay, so the fourth scene, the metalhead zombie that's just bald and really kind of creepy looking. When he left, he got in a car accident. Still had the makeup.
Yeah, the makeup.
Oh,
Got out of the car, and this teenage girl rear-ended him. And he got out there.
just like it's happening on
But I want to shout out to Amanda and
So as you can see, we had a great time. Red Rum, Killer Kara, myself, Dean Riot, Kevin Neese. We joined up with Matt Riffley and William Enstone from Among the Dead. If you have a chance, go to some of these local film festivals. It's a lot of fun. You get to meet people, find out how people make these movies that you like to go see. And horror movies are just a blast. My hat's off to everybody that's involved in any of this kind of stuff. I love Austin. I love you guys. Thank you so much once again for coming to Zombie Life TV. There's a podcast coming right around the corner. You're going to want to listen to it. Next week on Zombie Life TV, we go to Zombie Room. I'm not going to say too much more about that because I don't want to give away any secrets. But we're locked in a room, and there's things that we have to do. We have to open doors with keys, and we have to find the keys and solve puzzles, which I suck at. But it's a lot of fun. So once again, thank you for coming back to Zombie Life TV. Love you guys. Kill them all.